His name alone conjures images of raw power and unyielding dominance. Michael Gerard Tyson, the baddest man on the planet, was more than a boxer. He was a force of nature. His story is etched into the annals of sports history, a complex tapestry of triumph and turmoil. From the brutal streets of Brooklyn, he fought for survival long before he stepped into a ring. His early life was a relentless struggle, a constant battle against the odds. This crucible forged the fighter who would captivate and terrify the world. His journey is a saga of meteoric fame, profound chaos, and a devastating fall. It encompasses the depths of prison and the arduous path toward ultimate redemption. Tyson's life is a testament to the human capacity for both destruction and profound transformation. Born in 1966, the streets of Brooklyn were his first arena. His early life was a relentless battle, a true war zone where survival was the only prize. Violence became a language, a means of asserting existence in a world that offered little solace. By the tender age of 13, he had already faced multiple arrests. The raw aggression that defined his youth was a desperate cry for control in a chaotic environment. It was a dangerous path, leading him toward an uncertain future. Then came Cus D'Amato, a legendary trainer who saw beyond the rage. D'Amato recognized the raw power, the untamed potential simmering beneath the surface. He saw not a delinquent, but a champion waiting to be unleashed. Under D'Amato's unwavering guidance, the transformation began. The destructive anger was channeled into focused discipline, the chaos into controlled power. A street fighter was slowly, meticulously, becoming a boxing prodigy. Cus D'Amato instilled an intense training regimen, a brutal crucible of physical and mental conditioning. It was a process designed to forge not just a boxer, but an unstoppable force. Every punch, every movement was honed to perfection. Distractions were non-existent. His world revolved solely around boxing. This singular focus allowed him to absorb D'Amato's wisdom, transforming his natural aggression into a devastating art form. He lived and breathed the sport. By the astonishing age of 18, he was already knocking out professional heavyweights. His amateur career was a preview of the destruction to come, a clear signal of his impending dominance. The boxing world watched in awe. His speed was unprecedented for a heavyweight, his power truly terrifying. Opponents found themselves overwhelmed by a relentless assault, a whirlwind of fists they could neither evade nor withstand. He redefined what a heavyweight could be. Reporters quickly dubbed him Iron Mike, a moniker that perfectly captured his unyielding nature. Opponents, facing him across the ring, simply described him as terrifying. He was an enigma, a force unlike any seen before. The pinnacle arrived in 1986, when he became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. At just 20 years old, he seized the title, a feat that cemented his place in boxing lore. The world watched in disbelief and admiration. The world crowned him king, a monarch of the squared circle. His reign promised an era of unparalleled dominance, a new standard for heavyweight boxing. He was the undisputed ruler, feared and revered in equal measure. His brutal knockout of Trevor Berbick was a chilling declaration. It wasn't just a victory, it was a statement, signaling the dawn of a new, ferocious era in boxing. The old guard was swept away by his relentless power. He was perceived as untouchable, an unstoppable force of nature. His aura of invincibility grew with each devastating victory. To many, he seemed a god among men, a fighter who simply could not be defeated. Fame, however, proved to be a new and far more challenging opponent. The spotlight that once illuminated his triumphs now exposed his vulnerabilities. The pressures of superstardom began to chip away at his foundation. The loss of Cus D'Amato, his mentor and father figure, left a gaping void. D'Amato's death removed the anchor that had kept Tyson grounded, the guiding hand that had steered him through his early success. He was adrift. His life began to spiral into chaos, a whirlwind of excess and poor judgment. Lavish parties, questionable management, and toxic relationships became his new reality. The discipline that defined his ascent slowly eroded. Then came Tokyo, 1990. A 42-1 underdog named Buster Douglas delivered a seismic shock, shattering the illusion of invincibility. The world watched in stunned silence as the seemingly unbeatable champion fell. This shocking defeat revealed Tyson's humanity, his vulnerability. It showed that even the baddest man on the planet could be brought down. The myth of his invincibility was irrevocably broken. The subsequent years were marked by a relentless barrage of legal troubles. His personal life became a public spectacle, overshadowing his athletic achievements. The headlines shifted from knockouts to courtrooms. A devastating prison sentence followed, stripping him of his freedom and his fortune. The world watched as its former king was brought low, his empire crumbling around him. He lost not only wealth but also public respect. The world, which had once adored him, seemed to turn its back. The cheers turned to condemnation, the admiration to scorn. He was no longer a hero, but a cautionary tale, a fallen idol. Yet, within the confines of incarceration, a different kind of fight began. It was a mental and spiritual rebuilding, a quiet struggle for self-discovery. He sought to understand the man beneath the myth, to find a new path forward. In 1995, Mike Tyson returned to the boxing ring, a comeback watched by a disbelieving world. The anticipation was palpable, a mix of hope and skepticism. Could the old magic still be there? He was still dangerous, still capable of devastating power, but no longer invincible. The aura of invincibility had been shattered, replaced by a more human, more fallible fighter. The landscape of boxing had changed. Flashes of the old Iron Mike still appeared in his fights. Victories against Frank Bruno and Bruce Seldon reminded fans of his destructive capabilities. He could still deliver breathtaking knockouts. However, controversies continued to plague his career. The infamous Evander Holyfield bite fight became a shocking symbol of his inner turmoil. It was a moment that further complicated his already complex narrative. In his later years, Tyson embarked on a profound personal transformation. The rage that once fueled his destructive power began to evolve into wisdom. He sought understanding, peace, and a new purpose. He became a symbol of survival, a testament to the power of a comeback, not just in the ring, but in life. His journey from darkness to light resonated with many who had faced their own struggles. Mike Tyson's story is a powerful narrative of human extremes. It is a tale of unparalleled talent, devastating mistakes, and the enduring possibility of redemption. He remains one of the most compelling figures in sports history. His legacy is not just about knockouts and championships. It is about the man who fell from grace and found a way to rise again, proving that even the baddest man on the planet could find peace. His life continues to inspire conversations about second chances and the complex nature of human spirit.